Some stars would make Earth look beautiful. Others would turn our planet into literal hell. So I ranked 8 stars, from merely adjustable to completely hell. Alpha Centauri B. If Alpha Centauri B replaced our sun, the sky wouldn't suddenly go dark. It would still feel like daytime, just dimmer. About 50% less bright, similar to a late afternoon instead of noon. Your eyes would adjust. You might not even notice at first. But Earth would. Because we'd be receiving only half the energy we get today. And that's enough to break the climate. Within weeks, temperatures would begin to fall. Within a year, global averages could drop below -50 degrees Celsius. Oceans start freezing from the top down. And here's where it gets dangerous. Ice reflects up to 90% of sunlight, while oceans absorb most of it. So the more Earth freezes, the faster it cools. A runaway ice age. Alpha Centauri B has about 90% the mass of our sun. That sounds close, but it matters. Earth would slowly drift outward. Even a small increase in distance means less heat. At that point, surface life collapses. No farming, no stable ecosystems, only underground survival. But let's fix it. We move Earth closer, from 150 million kilometers to about 105 million kilometers. Now temperatures stabilize again. But time changes. A year shrinks from 365 days to about 225 days. That's nearly 40% shorter. Seasons speed up. Crops don't have time to grow properly. And sunlight changes too. Less blue light, more red and infrared. Plants on Earth evolved for our sun's spectrum. Photosynthesis efficiency drops. Finally, the star is more active. Frequent flares release bursts of radiation, strong enough to disrupt satellites and damage power grids. We survive, but only by redesigning agriculture, infrastructure, and energy systems. Procyon A. Now replace the sun with Procyon A. It emits about 7 times more energy than our sun. At Earth's current distance, temperatures don't just rise, they explode. Within days, global temperatures push past 150 degrees Celsius. That's hot enough to boil water, everywhere. Oceans evaporate, and water vapor traps heat up to 100 times more effectively than CO2. This triggers a runaway greenhouse effect. Very quickly, Earth turns into something like Venus, where surface pressure is 90 times higher than Earth and temperatures stay above 450 degrees Celsius. Also, Procyon A emits far more ultraviolet radiation. Without the ozone layer, UV exposure increases by over 100 times, enough to cause severe DNA damage in minutes. So we move Earth farther out, roughly 3 times farther than its current orbit. Now a single year lasts about 1,300 days. That's over 3.5 Earth years. Seasons stretch out. A winter could last nearly 10 to 11 months. Growing food becomes a long-term survival challenge. But then comes Procyon B, the star of Procyon A, a white dwarf. It packs roughly the sun's mass into an object the size of Earth. That means gravity on its surface is about 100,000 times stronger than Earth's. As it swings by, even small gravitational changes can disrupt Earth's orbit. Tiny shifts over decades lead to massive climate swings, and Procyon A itself is evolving, becoming brighter over time. Even a 10% increase in luminosity can shift the habitable zone significantly, meaning Earth would constantly need repositioning. Kepler 16. Now imagine a sky with 2 suns. Kepler 16, A and B. In the Kepler 16 system, 2 stars orbit each other every 41 days. Together, they produce only about 15% of the sun's energy. At Earth's current distance, temperatures drop below -70 degrees Celsius. The oceans freeze solid. So we move Earth closer, to about 0.4 times our current distance from the sun. Now, a year lasts just 94 days. But here's the twist. The amount of sunlight changes every 41 days as the stars orbit each other. So Earth experiences a repeating mini-cycle, bright to dim and dim to bright again. Imagine farming when your sunlight changes every 6 weeks. Plants depend on stable light cycles. Even small disruptions can reduce yields by up to 50%. Eclipses become common. One star blocks the other for hours. Daylight drops suddenly. And sunsets? They happen twice. But the biggest issue is gravity. To stay stable around 2 stars, a planet must orbit at least 2 to 4 times farther away than the star's separation. We're too close. Over time, orbital instability builds. Within thousands to millions of years, Earth is either pulled into a star, thrown out of the system, or torn apart. Proxima Centauri. Now shrink the Sun down to almost nothing. Proxima Centauri emits just 0.17% of the Sun's energy. That's less than 1/500th. At our current distance, temperatures drop below -200 degrees Celsius within weeks. At these temperatures, CO2 freezes at -78 degrees Celsius. Oxygen liquefies at -183 degrees Celsius. Nitrogen liquefies at -196 degrees Celsius. The atmosphere literally falls out of the sky. And with only 12% of the Sun's mass, Proxima may not even hold Earth in orbit. We drift into space. So we move closer, very close, around 0.05 astronomical units, just 7 million kilometers from the star. Now a year lasts just 8 days. Tidal locking begins. One side permanently faces the star. Day side, extremely hot. Night side, extremely cold. The temperature difference between day and night sides can exceed 200 degrees Celsius. Only a narrow band, the twilight zone, remains survivable, just a few hundred kilometers wide. But Proxima is a flare star. It can increase brightness by up to 60 times in minutes. These flares release intense radiation, enough to damage the atmosphere over time. Eventually, Earth loses its air, and without an atmosphere, life cannot survive. Red giant sun. Now fast forward billions of years. Our sun becomes a red giant. Its size expands up to 200 to 300 times larger. Its brightness increases by up to 3,000 times. At Earth's position, survival is impossible. Oceans evaporate almost instantly. Surface temperatures exceed 1,000 degrees Celsius. Earth may even be swallowed entirely. To survive, we move outward. Beyond Pluto, over 6 billion kilometers away. Now a single orbit takes over 300 years. Seasons last generations. You could be born in winter and die before it ends. But something amazing happens closer in. Moons like Europa and Enceladus begin to melt. Ice turns into global oceans. Worlds that were frozen for billions of years become potentially habitable. Vela Pulsar. Finally, the most extreme replacement of all, a pulsar. But what actually is a pulsar? It's what's left after a massive star dies. When a giant star explodes in a supernova, its core collapses so violently that protons and electrons are crushed together, forming neutrons. What remains is a neutron star. It packs more mass than our sun, into a sphere only about 20 kilometers wide. That's roughly the size of a city. To understand how dense that is, a single teaspoon of neutron star material would weigh about 1 billion tons on Earth. Now imagine spinning that object. The Vela Pulsar rotates about 11 times every second. That's faster than a kitchen blender. As it spins, it emits narrow beams of radiation. If one of those beams sweeps across Earth, we detect it as a pulse. That's why it's called a pulsar. Now replace our sun with it. You wouldn't see a bright sky anymore. But every fraction of a second, the sky flickers. 11 flashes per second. Those aren't harmless flashes. They're intense bursts of high-energy radiation. X-rays, gamma rays. Within seconds, electronics begin to fail. Power grids overload. Satellites shut down. Anything with a circuit burns out. And then comes the real damage. Radiation at this level doesn't just burn, it shreds DNA. Any life exposed on the surface would not survive. You might think, move Earth farther away. But here's the problem. A pulsar doesn't emit much heat or visible light, so moving closer doesn't give you warmth. It just increases radiation. This tiny object still has more mass than the Sun, which means its gravity is incredibly concentrated. The difference in gravitational pull between the near side of Earth and the far side would be enormous, and they would literally stretch the planet, triggering constant magnitude 10+ earthquakes, cracking the crust open, fueling endless volcanic eruptions. There is no fixing this. This isn't a different kind of world. This is the complete end of everything. And if you thought those stars were insane, wait until you see the 7 planets that could actually become humanity's future home.